Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this last video of 2022. Oh, we have made it, y'all. So we're going to get right on into it. The book is called You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by, and unfortunately I do not know how to pronounce this author's name. I'm just going to leave it up to the picture of the cover that I will attach to this video, so you will know what that looks like and you will know who the author is. I just don't want to botch it this time. I'm not, I know that's bad, but I don't want to botch their name, and I know their name is important, and so I'm going to leave it up to the cover for you to find out what that is, which I will attach to this video. So let's go ahead and get into this juiciness, y'all. Okay, so this one will be short because I know you are bringing in the new year 2023. This is the bonus read and review for December 2022, and it will be posted on New Year's Eve. So I know I'm going to go ahead and get through this because you guys have better things to do, I am sure, on this evening. And this book was suggested by Reading with Tara. So thank you, Reading with Tara, for our last book of the year. Okay, and I'm glad we ended the year on an upbeat and juicy note. Okay, so thank you, Reading with Tara, for this book suggestion. Again, the name of it is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. And let's get into it. Okay, so the main character is Faye. At least that is how I pronounced it while reading the book. The author may have intended something different, but that is how I pronounced it. Okay? So Faye is an artist and has used her deceased husband's insurance payout to basically provide for her living expenses while she grieves and gets herself together. And Faye is coming out of her grief fog with the help of her friend Joy. Joy takes Faye to a party where her life is about to change. Okay. At this party, Faye meets Milan. And he's a sexy specimen. And while at this party, Faye decides it's time for her to get back in the sexual saddle, if you will. Yes! We are here for it. This interaction was brief but powerful. Faye feels conflicted about her actions, and Joy is shocked by it. Faye's actions were reckless, and you will have to read the book to find out all about it. Yes! Faye and Milan keep in touch and become, well, bed buddies. And they aren't really dating per se, and have not made any like declarations of commitment or exclusivity or anything like that towards each other. They are pretty much like filling a void for each other. And well, yet another party turns things into a messy situation. So Faye finds herself attracted to Milan's friend Nazir, and that is how I pronounced it while reading this book. The author may have intended a different pronunciation, but we're going to go with it, okay? Nazir doesn't hesitate to step to Faye after they have made that initial eye contact, and like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yeah. Faye is convicted because this is Milan's friend. So Milan is someone she's been sleeping with, and now she has this attraction to his friend. Oh, how messy, messy, messy. However, you know, there's an attraction. So they say they'll be just friends and take things slow and see where it goes. Okay? Messy! So Faye is the one that's kind of really stopping this from going any further, because, you know, Nazir is clearly wanting to take this thing to a few more levels, okay? So as time goes on, Faye opens up slightly to Nazir. I mean, not much, but slightly. And he is able to see her art studio and the work that she has been doing, which he is impressed by. So much so, he has hooked her up with a gallery showing that is hard to get into and has the potential to skyrocket her career. Okay, that's how important and high society this gallery event is. Okay. Well, this showing is in Nazir's hometown. Okay. And so old Nazir is definitely, in my opinion, pouring on a little bit thick. Okay. Nazir has taken care of the travel, and they arrive in his hometown, and guess who meets them at the airport? Yes, yes, yes. Nazir's father. Okay? And he is a celebrity chef with multiple Michelin-starred restaurants. Okay? And so Faye's breath is taken away when she sets eyes on Nazir's father, Alam. And that is just how I pronounced it throughout the book. The author may have wanted a different pronunciation, but we're going to go with it again. Okay? So Alam is standing there in all his gorgeous glory. Yes, I'm here for it. And so Alam is someone Faye and Joy, her friend, have drooled over while watching TV because he was on a TV cooking show as like a judge or whatever. So they've been drooling over this man, and now she is meeting him in person, and he just so happens to be the father of a man that is trying to take it a little further with her. Messy, 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 messy. And so Joy would kill to eat at his Michelin star restaurants. Faye has told Joy about who Nazir's father is. And so Joy is like, you got to be kidding. Now, we can chalk this up to Faye being starstruck, couldn't we? Should we? We'll have to see. Now, when Faye arrives at the sprawling estate that is massive and ultra gorgeous, Faye also meets Nazir's sister, which isn't too enthused about her arrival, however, remains cordial. Faye finds out that she is the only female Nazir has brought to the estate. So do we think that's pretty important, that this man that wants to be more than her friend has brought her to his family home, hooked her up with an art exhibit show, like he has like poured it on thick. So Faye prepares for the gallery event and gets to know his family. There is some high energy frequencies between Faye and Alam. Ooh, Faye tries to keep her hormones in check. However, is it more than that she's feeling? Does he feel it too? Ooh, well, you will have to read the book to find out. I'm not telling you. Okay, so this is a page turner, okay? And Miss Faye is messy boots for sure, okay? I believe she has a bit of survivor's remorse. She seems scared to love and be loved again after the death of her husband, whom she thought she would have forever with. I mean, that was her love. They had gotten married, made plans for the future, and then this car accident happened. He died and she survived. And so she's been in this grief process and is kind of coming up for air. So her feelings, in my opinion, were understandably all over the place. Okay. And it was juicy, but it was messy. I think Faye has some maturing to do, since I think she's like in her late 20s. I think late 20s. So I mean, she still has some growth. Okay. And Adam, coincidentally, had a wife that died, and the wife is the mother of his 2 children, and that was a tragic death. And so Faye and Alan kind of have this connection of they both lost a spouse, someone that they saw forever with, and they kind of communicate with each other about kind of how that felt. Now, Faye's loss was more recent than Alam's, because Alam's happened when his children were still young children. So he's had a longer time period to adjust to the loss of his wife. And this experience is still new and fresh to Faye. I will say that, there is just something about an older, confident, secure in himself man. And Alan, oh man, I was like, look, Alan, goodness! There is a actor that I had in mind this whole time for Alan. Now, I didn't have time to go find the actor's name, but he often is featured in the African TV shows and movies, and just I pictured that man as Alan while I was reading, and I was like, yes. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. The book was juicy. Okay, I have to definitely give props to the author, because their level of anticipation And the level of just growing upon the growth, and it's just like, whew, yes. But you will have to read the book to find out what happens, okay? Is Faye going to stay true and keep the connection and growth of a relationship going with Nazir? Okay. Or is she going to forget about baby boy and get with daddy? I don't know. Well, I do know, but you don't know. Or maybe you do know. Well, read the book to find out. How about that? I also will point out that there's just a couple warnings. Obviously, they talk about the death of their loved one, so that is in there. It's described in enough detail that you know what happened. It's not too gory though, and obviously there is some sexual content in the book. I will say there is some cursing, so if you got an issue with cursing, it's in there. I think those are all the triggers that I can think of, unless homie hopping is a trigger for you, then I guess that's a trigger too. But those are all the triggers that I could really come up with the book. Joy is a homegirl I would like to have. Okay, she definitely adds some liveliness to the story, and she has some messy boots going on of her own. Okay, so you have to read about what Joy is getting up to in this book as well. Now, she's not featured as much as Faye, because Faye is the main character, but Joy got her share of messy boots too. And I can't give you too much more of the story because I'm not going to have any spoilers. I don't want to give it away. You are just going to have to go read this juiciness. I did read it on the ebook. And I will say I was definitely turning the pages. I did not want to put the book down. I wanted to know what was happening next. I actually read the book fairly quickly because I was that like, oh snaps, messy. Let's find out. So I read it pretty quickly. I think it's like 200 and some pages long, like 280 some pages, something like that long. And I don't know if it's on audiobook version. I couldn't find it with the apps that I use, so I had to do the ebook version, which was fine. I am actually starting to kind of get used to the ebook. It's not hellacious. I mean, I still don't like to look at the computer after I'm done with working, but it does what it needs to do. I'm getting it in. I'm getting the book read, and we're going to just keep pushing. If I have to do ebook, I just have to do ebook. I do prefer audiobook over ebook though. Okay. I will refer to the book for the discussion questions. They do have some there, so I'm just going to refer you over to that for your hot topics to discuss. I did figure out that after I was done with the last part of the story that I still needed to like swipe a few times to see if there was more pages and discussion questions. I think when I did the last ebook, when the story was done, I was done. I didn't keep going. It was it. But this time I did, and there are discussion questions available, so I presume they would be available in the physical copy as well. So thank you, Reading with Tara, for this juicy book. I did, while scrolling on Facebook, I came across, I think it's a TikTok. I think it was TikTok. And a lady was talking about this book in the TikTok. Now, she had the book like she was reading it, and just like, oh, messy, messy. And then she went on to talk about how women, we really can read sexual, borderline pornographic material, and no one would know, right? And then she went on to talk about some book club thing that, you know, she's part of or whatever. But when I saw that TikTok, I was like, oh, I just got through reading. I just got through reading that, and I agree. Messy, 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 messy. Yes, we are here for it though. So thank you, Reading with Tara, for this page-turning book. If you have not read it, I suggest you go get it, okay? It is going to entertain you. There are some kind of emotional moments, some reflective, deep thought moments, obviously, because they have conversations about their deceased spouses. So, it could be, you know, a little bit touching in some parts. There is a I will say, now that I'm thinking about it, there was a part that could be considered domestic violence, so that's in there too. But I believe you will enjoy this book, okay? So, Reading with Tara, once again, thank you for this great reading suggestion. It is the bonus read for the month of December. It is the last book review of the year. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! So I give this book a 10 out of 10. If you have not read the book, I suggest you go get it and get lost all up in it. If you have read the book, comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Okay. And go ahead and click that subscribe, like, and share button, y'all. Come on. What you doing? What you waiting on? Go ahead and do that for me, okay? I greatly appreciate it, all right? Now it is time to select the bonus book for 2023. Yes, January. Okay, let's go ahead. If you did not know, you can make a book selection. All you have to do is comment the title and author in the comments. Okay, and then that selection would be put into this handy dandy vase. And once a month, at least once a month, I will draw from this vase, and I will read the book, do a review, and then you will be given a shout out in that review, just like Reading with Tara has in this video. And so let's go ahead and see what that January 2023 bonus book will be. Okay, so the bonus book for January 2023 is going to be suggested by Holly Golightly, and the name of the book is The Perishing by Natasha Dion. The Perishing by Tasha Dion. And the person that suggested it is Holly Golightly. So, alright you guys, that is the January bonus book. Okay, I don't know what that book is about, but we're going to find out, alright? So, I know that it is New Year's Eve, and you guys are probably getting ready to get your party on. If you haven't already started, be safe. Have fun, and I hope to see you in 2023. Okay? So, as always, keep turning the pages, my book lovers!